All aboard, it's Jang here with one more look at the Playmobil Modern Luxury Mansion set. I've already done a full review of what you get just with this set by default if you just buy the one set. But turning it around, you see that I've put in all of the rooms that I wanted to put in here, all of the individual room sets that I could get to squeeze in here to make it feel right, to make it feel fully lived in. And I even brought in the terrace and pool set over here, which attaches to it and can kind of slide into it. But my main focus is going to be on the stuff that you see here. And I've done individual reviews on each of the room sets and showed them in place, so you can check those out as well. This is interesting. You know, it feels very, very lively, very colorful. Comparing this to the large Grand Mansion set that I did, it feels more homey. It feels more I don't know, just personable with all of the colors and things. And I guess I personally, subjectively, just kind of connect to the looks of things here a little bit more, a little more modern styles, but it also feels like it's filling up the spaces better. You know, this is a very different shape. It's not your traditional dollhouse shape of structure. So it's interesting to kind of compare this. Another thing to compare also, speaking of the large Grand Mansion, is price. So everything that you see here together, well, first of all, let's just talk about the mansion itself, the base set, and then the room sets. So those things together come to a little bit over $210 US in 2015 as purchased directly from Playmobil at the suggested retail prices. And even if you include in the thing that I'm going to consider to be an add-on, the terrace and pool set over here, it's still $230 some, almost $240. So in total, this is almost $100 less than my total investment in the large Grand Mansion to get that furnished. And I didn't furnish it fully, but I furnished it to a similar level almost. That one did not include this little add-on patio and pool part, but I just kind of swapped out, had a kids room set instead of this one has a dressing room set. But all the basics are here for about a little less than $240, taxes and shipping not included. If you buy directly from Playmobil while it's in stock, shipping is free. You can get coupons for 20% off and such, but just relatively speaking, I've got everything that I need here for a full family to live. And you've got families, you've got a family and or friends here as far as the numbers of figures that are included here. So that's pretty good. And like I said, this just looks quite alive and feels lived in for a much cheaper price than the large Grand Mansion. Just a different style. Overall, I feel like things went together pretty well. This feels so much better having everything together. The living room itself is just kind of its own thing, just has its own space, and I pretty much just put that in the default way. A little bit empty on the back side, but you can put some stuff on the little shelving units up towards the edges there. A little bit awkward to me still to have the main entrance come directly into the kitchen, but this kitchen space does work out pretty well. The main set already comes with the espresso machine built into the wall, so that integrates well with the whole kitchen setting. I haven't even taken things out of storage to put them onto the walls into the existing wall shelving units here, except for just a few food items back there, but it already feels better. And then I just included this dining, little miniature dinette set, I guess, which comes with the main mansion set. Fits there very nicely with the little extra space that's included. The bedroom it's a very easy to reconfigure kind of set. I appreciate the shape of the bed itself, and it fits in really well with the stuff that's going on with the walls. There's also another shelving unit that you don't see here on the near side, back on the wall over here to the left. The dressing room was a little bit funky to fit in here because the whole thing is really designed to fit the dressing room in place next to just the small child's room set, which would just barely fit into the corner over here. I bought that, but I haven't installed it here just yet because this is just enough, I think, to fit in the place, but I needed a bathroom. You're not going to have a house without a bathroom. That's really important to put in. So I put that in here and figured out a layout that would actually work. When you saw me doing the individual reviews of each of these room sets, had a little trouble figuring out what to do with this space, but this just barely allows things to fit in with the vanity, or the sink with the medicine cabinet with the mirror up here on this side, and then the toilet's on the other side of that little small wall there. So you have just enough space. I had to take out this one thing that was supposed to be on this side of the dressing room, but it ends up working out. I think it feels like a good balance. You know, it's not too cramped, a little bit cramped in that corner there, but overall you still have some open floor space for moving your figures around. So I think that's a good thing. But when you look at the official pictures from Playmobil of how they furnished up this whole set, they always show it with the guest suite set, which is a separate set that costs half as much more again as the base mansion set itself. It's another $55 US compared to the $109 for the mansion to add that on. And if you get that, then you get to add on a whole other room up here. If you integrate the two together, it actually puts a room up there and puts more space down here as well. Or you can just have the whole thing separate. But when you add the room up there, it already has some bathroom pieces with it, and then you place this bathroom room set, all that stuff, in over there, and then it fits nicely. And then you can still have the child's room here. You end up moving the living room out over here, and it seems to be the way that they designed the whole thing, is to include that guest suite set. And I don't want that guest suite set, and I don't think that most people should feel forced to get that guest suite set, because this is already a large investment here. It's way less than the large grand mansion, but it's still a significant investment, of a lot of money to put in this thing. You should be able to get everything that you want out of this, and I'm really happy that I was able to get the all-important bathroom in here as well. I could also fit the child's room just right in this section right here. Might not have quite enough walls, but you kind of imagine walls there would have to be what you would do. There are a couple options there of different ones that you could do just to get more kids into all of this space. But all told, I feel like the value ends up working pretty well. The things don't fit quite into place as well as I would have liked upstairs and downstairs alike. So I think it's not quite as easy to change things up and to use different room sets as with the more traditional dollhouse style of set, like the large grand mansion. I feel like this kind of corners you and kind of forces you to put certain things in certain places. It's just because of the awkward and different spaces. When you have just a basic rectangle and another rectangle, and then stack that up, for just a basic dollhouse kind of style, it's easy to move things around. You can put whatever room you want wherever you want, but this has the large space down here, and then a smaller space here, large space here, and then a thinner space going along here, so it just limits things a little bit. But again, you do end up with a lot of stuff for your money. With the setup that I put together here, you get a lot of accessories, you get a great number of figures, you get a lot of variety, you get clothes, you get all sorts of food items and all the kitchen stuff, and comfortable spaces. So I think overall they've done a pretty good job here. I feel like it could have been planned out a little bit better to work better with the base set without the guest suite added on, and without any small extension, because you can also get a cheaper small extension to add a small room onto the side as well. But I feel like I can live with the compromises here. Let me know what you think of how this all turned out with the whole set, everything being furnished up, and if you have any alternate ideas for how you would have laid out the house instead, because obviously what I've done, putting the rooms together, is not the only option. You can change out different rooms, you can leave out some of the room sets that I've included here, put in different ones, and put different ones in different spaces as well. I hope this was a useful and educational, or at least entertaining, video series going through this stuff. I hope that you've enjoyed it. And again, if you have any feedback, please do leave it down below. I appreciate your time, and I'll be talking to you again very soon.